Okay, Ted, thank you. And wedding season is upon us as well. The last thing any bride or groom wants to think about is fraud, but wedding scams happen and they can be costly. Jen Burke from the Maine Credit Union League is here to share some tips on avoiding those wedding-related scams. That's really got to put a damper on a real,
yes. To even think that someone would try to take advantage of you on your special day.
On a special day, exactly.
But that's exactly why they do it. You're excited, your guard is probably let down, and you're thinking, this can't happen to me. And that's why fraudsters take advantage of brides and grooms before their wedding day with all kinds of wedding scams. So the more awareness you can raise, if you know somebody that's getting married, or if someone is getting married next week or next month, think about these things so that you don't be fooled.
Yeah, and speaking of awareness, tell me about some of the red flags, things to look out for.
Well, I think if a vendor is offering just a fantastic deal, well below market, that should make you question the validity of the vendor. It's always going back to the principle, is it too good to be true? And if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. I would never pay a vendor for a service in full either, like before they provide the service. It's not unreasonable for someone to ask for a deposit. Sure, make a deposit, but don't pay in advance. So if they're saying, hey, I'll give you this great deal if you pay everything up front, chances are that could be a scam. There's also a huge underground market for counterfeit wedding dresses. So if you're shopping online and you see an advertisement for a wedding dress that is also priced very well, you can't return it, perhaps it's coming over from overseas, that might be a sign that it's a counterfeit dress.
Yeah.
And also, looking at your honeymoon, if you find this fantastic deal and it's really affordable and almost so where you're like, how could this be true? Chances are it's not true. So fake honeymoon sites, counterfeit dresses, these are all things you kind of need to be thinking about.
Sure.
And if anyone, regardless of the vendor, if it's a honeymoon company, a travel company, they ask you to pay via a gift card or wiring the money,
you don't do that.
Just don't do that.
Yes, the gift card thing is always a little suspect.
Yes, absolutely.
You touched on this a little bit, but those wedding websites, brides and grooms create in advance,
Yeah, and they're great ways to share information with your wedding guests, but password protect those so that only the people you want to see the information actually see the information. And don't password protect it with your first or last name. Make a unique, you don't want to have Jen and Brian 2024 or 2023. Make it a little bit difficult. And then don't overshare. Don't overshare on Facebook or Twitter either. And then after the wedding is done, take the wedding website down. The longer you leave it up there, it just provides fraudsters an opportunity to try to hack into it and take that information to potentially build a profile and steal your identity. So, after the wedding day, take it down.
Yeah, I think people would be surprised to figure out how much you can learn about someone. You're learning their new married name, their maiden name.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And sometimes people will use special dates as their password. So if they're getting married on June 23rd, then they might have 6/23 as a password date. So take it down.
All right, Jen, thank you so much. This is good advice. We appreciate it, especially since it's June in Maine and this is wedding season.
This is wedding season, but you don't want to be taken advantage of on your special day.
No, you definitely don't. That is no good. All right, well, Jen, we appreciate you coming on the show, and we'll be right back.